Well, a guy that knows a thing or two about playoff basketball between the Celtics and 76ers, Kevin McHale, joins us now. Al Horford, he's been incredible in these playoffs so far. What is he doing so great in those pivotal moments that's helping this young team advance in this postseason?
Playing well. I mean, just going out there and just every single night, bringing great energy first of all, and kind of a high basketball IQ and the ability to make multiple different plays. He's been so impressive for the Celtic team.
Mac, this is Isaiah. How are you? How you doing, brother?
Good. Miss you, I
miss you too. Hey, I got a question for you. You've been a part of two historical comebacks. One as a player when the Celtics came back against Philadelphia and won the series, and then one as a coach when you were coaching the Rockets and came back against the Clippers and won the series. Now, if you put on your player and your coaching hat and you in the Philadelphia locker room as a player and a coach, tell us what you're saying to the players and what the coach is saying to come back and have some hope in this series.
Yeah, we got to win the game. I mean, as a coach, you walk in, you got to win the game. And as a player, you're just like, I got to play really well this game. As a player, I remember thinking, I got to play really well. I mean, we're down 3-0. Everybody says the series is over. I just got to play well. And as a rookie with the Celtics, when I did it, that team came back. We won games we had no business winning. It kind of had a really resilient group. And in Houston, when I was coaching, I said, guys, we've had multiple 3-game winning streaks this year. I think we won 57 games that year. I said, we just got to win a game, though. Before we win through, we got to win a game. Right now, Philly's only concern is they got to come out and they got to play well tonight. They've got to be able to handle the Celtics' pressure, which they haven't been able to do. They've got to be able to free up Embiid and for more catches in the post and more room for Embiid to work in down in the post. And then, they've got to be able to contain some of these Celtics wings off the bounce. Jaylen Brown, Tatum, Rozier, Smart. These guys are all putting the ball on the floor and off the bounce and giving them trouble.
Kevin McHale, Steve Smith, how you doing?
Good, Smitty.
My question goes right into your point you just talked about Embiid. You talked about all those guys playing extremely well for the Celtics, but my guy is Baines. You don't stop a great player like Embiid by yourself, but when he does get that one-on-one matchup, he's doing a decent job. Can you tell me what he's doing, Kevin, against Embiid to make him work for his buckets?
Yeah, you know what? He's just shaping up Embiid. He's moving his feet well enough that Embiid's playing against his chest almost every play. So as he's trying to shoot it, Baines is hitting him with his chest. Baines is not fouling him, but there's contact all the time. If you're Joel Embiid, and if I'm Joel Embiid, I'm trying to beat him off the dribble cleanly. I'm trying to get him in foul trouble. I'm not that worried about shooting over him. I'm worried about going by him and making him foul me because he's just a big, strong guy in there. And then, you talk about him defensively. He's doing a great job. How about in the offense? Never turns the ball over. Stands in the right corner normally and pulls Joel Embiid out there and says, come out here. And every once in a while makes a three. I mean, he never hurts his team. He's really one of those guys that you just like to play with.
Kevin, when you talk about the Celtics and we talk about Tatum and Brown, those two wing players taking people off the dribble, 20 and 21 years old, how are they playing with the type of confidence that they're playing with? Because normally in the playoffs, in the big stage, you always have the veterans who are giving you confidence, telling you can do it, telling you can do it. I look at the Celtics bench. I don't see a whole lot of veteran savvy people on the bench giving these rookies and second-year players confidence. Where is that coming from?
You know what? When I watched it, I did the Milwaukee series too. I thought Milwaukee kind of caught their number. Milwaukee went smaller. A lot of long athletes started staying in front of Brown and staying in front of Tatum off the dribble. Well, they moved the ball. They got it back. They attacked faster. They made the adjustment. They went faster. They didn't hold the ball as much. They played off the catch. They played off a pump fake. They played off ball movement. They made all the adjustments against Milwaukee that really impressed me. Honestly, against Philly, they're better athletes. They're beating these guys because they're just better with the ball. They're getting the ball, and they're taking it past Bellinelli. They're taking it past Redick. They're taking it past Covington, taking it past all these guys. I was really impressed with them when I thought Milwaukee had kind of caught their number by going smaller. These dudes have confidence. They have a really good first step. They have a nice little pump fake, raise that guy up and beat him, and they can change direction with the dribble. I mean, they can go hard right, cross that over to the left hand, and finish. These guys are the real deal. Let me tell you something. At this level, you don't beat everybody by magic. You beat them because you're good. Those guys are really good.
Kevin, question for me. You talked about those athletes and guys being able to use their athleticism and quickness. Markelle Fultz, what's the word in Philadelphia? Will he get a chance to play in Game 4, or why isn't he had played so far in the first 3 games?
You know, nobody really talks about it here, which is really funny because you think with Tatum exploding, then the natural thing would have been should have got #1 and taken Tatum. But they don't talk about Fultz much. To me, I think Fultz is almost exclusively in a situation where mentally he's just not ready to play. He can't make a shot. He's not confident mentally. So that's a weird deal. It's interesting you say that. There's very little Fultz talk here at all.
All right, Kevin, this is Isaiah. Be safe in that Philadelphia arena, brother.
You got it, guys. I got Chico here with me, though. Chico's going to protect me for all these Philly fans that want to beat me up. All right, you guys be good, man.
Thanks, Kevin. We appreciate you.
All right, you got it, man.
Is Chico with him for real?
I don't know, but if Chico's there, he's fine. Okay, one thing he didn't touch on is Ben Simmons. Okay, he's averaging over 5 turnovers a game in this series after looking great against Miami. Also had that infamous game, too, in which he had just a single point. Why can't he get it going, Isaiah?
Well, the thing that Simmons is good at is scoring around the basket, and he scores on broken plays. He's not a guy that you give the basketball to and say, score for me. And I think Mikal hit on something that's really important. He talked about the athleticism of the Boston Celtics, the way Tatum can defend, the way Brown can defend, the way Marcus Smart can defend. So Simmons doesn't necessarily have the size advantage or the speed advantage that he would normally have against smaller players. So I think this is where he's going to struggle to score, but he can find a way to still affect the game.
Zeke, you're totally right. And I think Brad Stevens and company is saying, we're going to make you into a scorer. And for me, Zeke, I watch him because it's a pass-first natural person. He beats his guys there, and it's not the rim. It's looking here and over there. And then when they're stuck, now he got to turn from seeing an open guy to the basket. I think his first step should be, I'm trying to go through Isaiah, around Isaiah, to the rim, and at the last second, if he can't score, to kick. So for me, he's always a jump up in the air, and there's nobody there, and then he's trying to get his mind and his body turned to try to score.
Yeah. One of the biggest concerns for this Celtics team going into the postseason was, okay, no Kyrie Irving. Who are they going to give the ball to in clutch situations? Who's going to be the guard to lead this offense? They have their answer in Scary Terry. I mean, the guy has a nickname now.
I love him because he works hard. And one reason for me, Isaiah, we've seen him in Summer League work extremely hard. I also think the guys he's played against, Isaiah Thomas in practice has helped him. Avery Bradley, Marcus Smart, Kyrie Irving. He's getting the best of everything in practice. But I also think Brad Stevens is old school. He's doing like this, Isaiah, in my opinion. I'm not there. That's the weak link. Y'all go at him. They are picking out the weak link pretty much without the coach telling them after every play or every trip down, in my opinion, Zeke.
And all those guys that you named, you got to give Rozier credit for learning from those guys. And as you talked about in the Summer League, right, he put in the work. He put in the time. So many guys come into this league and they'll sit for a year or two, but they never put in the time. They never wait for that moment, not hoping that somebody get hurt, but just thinking when that guy go down, I'm going to be ready to play. And he got his moment. He got his time. And to Coach Stevens' credit is that he saw the work he was putting in. So, again, Smitty, he's like, hey, you can have the ball. You can take 15 shots. You can take 16 shots. Normally, a guy coming off the bench, you can run an offense trying to get everybody else involved. So that lets me know that that coaching staff has been watching this young man work and then trust and believe in the work that he's put in.
The key word there, Coach Stevens. Right now, that's the buzzword around the NBA is what Brad Stevens is doing with this particular group. And you look at those fourth quarter situations, during a possession, he called a timeout, and they got big baskets. How great has he been in this particular series this season with all the injuries they've had?
You know, Isaiah, I'm a basketball junkie. So, first of all, 8 seconds left on the shot clock, he's like, timeout. The way he called the timeout, it's like, yes, let's get to this play I'm about to call. And so I start getting closer. You know, my eyesight is going. So I'm intrigued to see what he's running. And for me he's so confident in the play that he's going to run and what he has in all those guys. A lot of times coaches say, Isaiah's our best player. Isaiah's getting the basketball. He has 2 or 3 options, and that one we were talking about, boy, did he get them with the decoy, everybody going that way, nobody protecting the basket, and there's just a beautiful play, the last one, to Al Horford.
Yeah, the basket's right here, and you decoy everybody running to the other end.
There's only 2 seconds left, right?
And as a defender, everybody take off running to the other. Oh, it's a basket. No. Yeah, no, he's great. I say there are freak basketball players, right, in terms of athleticism and everything. When I watched him coach in the NC2A final, Butler playing Duke, and Coach K, he know his stuff. And I watched Brad Stevens give him the flux. And Duke was lucky to get out of there and win a championship. And I said to myself then, hey, they're freak players, but I'm watching a freak coach right now, because that guy never made a mistake in the game. Every substitution was on point. Every timeout was on point. He stopped every run. He made runs. I mean, it was a low-scoring game in Indianapolis, if you remember. But it was a well-played strategic game between 2 great strategic coaches.
And you know why, Zeke? I was there. He beat Michigan State to get to Duke.
Oh, he beat Izzo.
So
yes, that's right.
He went up against some great coaches.
Some great analysis from you two so far in this show
What you mean
already.
so far?